A rare celestial event is set to occur on April 20th, a hybrid solar eclipse. This phenomenon is an infrequent occurrence, happening only once a decade on average. It is a unique combination of the three types of solar eclipses that can take place: total, partial, and annular. This is because the Sun, Earth, and Moon must be in very specific positions for a hybrid eclipse to occur. In fact, of the 224 eclipses in the 21st century, only 7 are hybrid, accounting for just 3.1% of all solar eclipses. If you have the opportunity to witness this event, you should not miss it. In this video, we'll provide you with all the information you need to know about a hybrid solar eclipse and how to watch it. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any astronomical updates. To understand what a hybrid eclipse is, you need to understand the three areas of the shadow that the Moon casts on Earth during a solar eclipse. The first is umbra, the dark central portion that causes a total solar eclipse. If you're in the Moon's umbra, you will see that the Moon appears slightly larger than the Sun, completely covering it. The second is the penumbra, the lighter outer part of the shadow that creates a partial solar eclipse. If you're in the penumbra, you will see that the Moon obscures only part of the Sun's disk. Finally, we have the antumbra, a half shadow that begins where the umbra ends, creating an annular solar eclipse. During this type of eclipse, the Moon appears slightly smaller than the Sun, so the edge of the Sun's disk remains visible around the Moon. Hybrid solar eclipses involve all three areas of the Moon's shadow and combine all three types of solar eclipses. The type of solar eclipse visible to observers depends on their location along the central eclipse path. This may not sound very interesting, but once you understand that it's all a play of Earth's curvature, it will surprise you. Let's go back to the Moon's shadow cast upon Earth during an eclipse. Because the Moon is smaller than the Sun, both its umbra and antumbra are V-shaped. The diameter of the umbra decreases with the growing distance from the Moon. Where the umbra ends, at the tip of the V, the antumbra starts. This part of the shadow increases in diameter as we move away from the Moon. Together, both shadows look a bit like an hourglass when viewed from the side. The location where the umbra transitions into the antumbra marks the spot where, if you look at the Sun and the Moon, the apparent sizes of both celestial bodies are exactly equal. If you move towards the Moon from that spot, you enter the umbra and see a total solar eclipse. If you move away from the Moon, you enter the antumbra, and the Moon begins to appear smaller than the Sun, creating an annular eclipse. The distance to the Moon depends on your location on Earth. The Earth-Moon distance is the smallest in the spot facing the Moon directly, since the Moon's umbra only covers a certain distance before turning into the antumbra. The Earth's curvature can bridge the distance between the two shadows. So what begins as an annular solar eclipse can turn into a total solar eclipse and back to annular again. However, on some occasions, the eclipse may not revert to an annular one. If the Earth were flat, hybrid eclipses would be impossible. The reason why hybrid eclipses are exceptionally uncommon is that each of the three celestial bodies needs to be in a specific position for it to occur. The range of distances required for a hybrid eclipse is so narrow that most eclipse configurations are unsuitable for this type of eclipse. Mathematically speaking, if you divide the distance between the Sun and the Earth during the eclipse by the distance between the Moon and the Earth, the result must be a number very close to 400 for a hybrid eclipse to occur. The upcoming hybrid eclipse will take place on April 20th and will be visible from Western Australia, East Timor, and Eastern Indonesia. The entire eclipse will last about 5.5 hours. It will transition from annular to total and back again at two specific points, but both are in remote locations at sea. Just before and after totality, observers can witness a breathtaking view of Baily's beads, which are the final glimpses of sunlight that filter through the valleys of the Moon. These beads can be seen both before the totality and as it ends. In a hybrid solar eclipse, the duration of Baily's beads is prolonged since the moon nearly matches the sun in apparent size. Also keep in mind that it's not safe to look at a solar eclipse with the naked eye or through a telescope without proper protective measures. The reason for this is that the intense light and radiation from the sun can cause severe and permanent damage to our eyes. One way to safely view a solar eclipse is by using special eclipse glasses or solar filters that are designed to block out harmful rays. Following the hybrid solar eclipse, skywatchers can view the next solar eclipse occurring on October 14th, which will be an annular eclipse visible from the Americas. Stay updated on the most significant astronomical events in 2023 by keeping an eye on our astronomy calendar, which covers all the important celestial phenomena throughout the month.